What is going on YouTube and hello everyone, Chess Gains here. I just won my first ever game against a title player, a title chess player here on chess.com, a 10-minute rapid game. This is the game, the short breakdown. As you can see, she is a women's candidates master, or as you can see when I hold my mouse over the title here, it says in Swedish, she's a FIDE women's candidates mastered, the lowest title anyone can acquire. Of course, otherwise I wouldn't face any title players yet at my level. We were both low 1700s when we started this game, but her title suggests that she is in fact better than that, and she's quite a little bit underrated here online. Maybe she plays a lot over the board, like in tournaments. Like she has obviously played quite a lot in tournaments if she has that title. Also, if you read online, it says that you need um, a standard or classical FIDE rating of 2000 or more to get this title. So I mean that's crazy. But yeah, she has the white pieces. I have the black pieces. It was a 10-minute game, and I thought I was going to show you the game because it's quite an interesting one, and I'm very happy that I, in the end, won it. She opens up with the e4. I play d6. Sorry, c6 to prepare d5. The trustworthy Caro Khan. She played knight f3, and then of course d5. She plays her other knights out to c3. I take the pawn on e4 as I always do. She takes with the knight, and here I play knight f6, sort of inviting knight takes to get the Tartakower variation. Here she can also play knight to g3 is very common. Then I usually play bishop here or something in those lines. But this is more common nowadays that they take, which I like. I take back like this to open up my bishop. She plays her bishop out. I do the same. We're both prepared to castle, and that is exactly what we do. She plays her rook to e1 to this open file. I was thinking about doing the same, but decided to wait one move and instead pin her knight with my bishop to her queen here, which turned out to be a quite nice decision. She pushes out her pawn to d4, attacks the center. Here I play my rook into the middle, expecting her to kind of take. Then I would take back with my queen, of course, but she doesn't. She plays her bishop back. Kind of strange to play it first here and then back here. I guess she's really looking for some sort of attack here against h7 in the long run. But here I saw that I can ruin her pawn structure if I first initiate the trade of rooks. So I take my rook here with check. She can take back with her knight, because then I would take her queen. So she would have to take back the rook with her queen, and then I would take her knight, and then she would take back with the pawn, having these sorts of pawns in front of her king. Didn't look too nice, I think, so I went for it. Didn't look too nice for her, I mean. Take the rook with check. She has to take with the queen, and now take her knight, and we end up like this. She has double pawns and a hole in front of her king. I was looking here at this move to sort of immediately go after this weak h2 pawn, but I saw that she could probably just push it or defend it in some other way. I kind of was a little bit concerned about this rook being stuck here, this knight not being developed, so I played this move first, mainly to like activate this rook more than anything else. She immediately tries to take advantage of this. Sorry about that. She immediately tries to take advantage though over this open file, like for herself, use it in attack on her own, playing queen here. Very obvious what she's trying to do, using these files towards my king. She has these bishops as well, looking kind of scary. So I'm playing sort of a defense move here, knight f8, looking for knight g6. She plays queen h3. very obvious again what she's trying to achieve. Almost threatening checkmate here. Of course, right now it's defended by my knight, but my knight here is quite passive, so I play it up one square, still defending the checkmate because I'm blocking the path of the bishop here. She plays her other bishop out, just a development move. Now I play queen c7, eyeing this h2 pawn with this battery. It's defended right now with the 2 pieces, so it's not attacked. Really, it's not a threat, but it's still nice to have if she ever moves her queen. She steps up with her king. Again, very obvious what she's trying to do. Wants the rook over and use the open file to her advantage. As you can see, I've spent almost 2 minutes. She has spent only 1 minute, so she's playing quite quickly. I play my rook into the center, the half open file. She plays her rook here. And here I was not sure exactly of what to do. As you can see, I went with c5, but I was not 100% on this move. I was looking at this move actually, which is a check, and it looks like a nice fork, but she can take. And then I was going to take back, and I thought that looked pretty nice. But of course, it's really, really terrible, because if you do that, you go check, she takes, and you take, you lose. Well, you not lose immediately. It's actually not checkmate. You can go here, but this I did not want to go into. It looks quite scary. She's also up a pawn. So that I didn't do. Let me actually get the nice colors on the board back, like so. I instead went with c5. Again, not too sure. Was trying to get this pawn break. And according to Stockfish, the best move in this position is a6. So that's why I couldn't find an obvious move, because there is no obvious move. c5. She moves her king back into the corner, opening up the rook. In the attack. I take the pawn, she takes back. Now I play bishop f4 instead of knight there. Trying to get the bishop closer into the action, also looking at this square sort of like a defensive resource. She attacks my bishop with her queen, but now she leaves this pawn undefended. I calculated for quite a while here before deciding that I could just take it. It looks very scary with this battery and these bishops, but I decided she cannot do anything about it. I just take the pawn, and she has to move her rook. So very nice, a win for a pawn here. As you can see, I've used almost 5 minutes. She's used 1 minute 20 seconds. I just move back with my bishop. It looks very vulnerable here. She steps with her king here, looking to use the h file now instead with her rook. As I said, I play back here to sort of like the defense move of this g7 pawn. The computer thinks this is a little bit unnecessary, but I thought it was nice. Rook h1 from her. And here I played this check, which is actually quite a nice one, I think. It's a fork on this bishop and, of course, the king. These 2 squares are covered by the knight. If she moves her king anywhere here, I would have nasty discoveries with my queen. So basically, she has to go back, and then I take here. And I was hoping for her to take back, and I was thinking that then I'm going to give this check and maybe try to continue the attack somehow. But she doesn't do that. She takes here, which I missed actually. It's not terrible, because I just took her bishop, and then she takes my bishop. I can't take back because this queen here is pinning the g7 knight. I thought this looked very scary, like she has some sort of checkmate here on g7, because usually you get like a bishop taking here and having like an attack on this. So I decided to like defend this somehow by just pushing up. This is of course not necessary, because she's only attacking this once. But I was hoping for her to again take here with the pawn, taking my knight. Then I would take check, or not take. I would play check with my queen. When she moves king, I would pick up her rook and be up material. That did not happen. Again, sorry, but let me make more nice colors. She just takes the pawn here, and this looks very scary. It's completely even material. I have loads of weak dark squares around my king. She has this nice dark square bishop. Her rook is deep down in my camp. Her queen is staring at my king. I was like, damn, this looks, yeah, scary. Also, notice again, I've used 6 minutes. She used less than 2. But then I was just, calculating and thinking, like, wait, who is the one who actually has an attack here? You can pause the video yourself and see what you come up with. But basically, I spent a few seconds here and came up with the winning sequence in this game, starting with Rook E1 check. The king only has one square, which is G2. And here again, quite a obvious move. Knight f4 check, defended by my queen, so the queen can't take. And here just a lot of squares in white king's camp is taken up by the rook and by the knight, so the king only has these 2 squares, and it's the same story as before. She walks straight into nasty discoveries. She chooses this square, and I looked here for like a knockout blow, a way to win the queen or something like that, but I didn't find it. I decided to just go for a simple material gain, knight h5, and the computer actually says that this is indeed the best move. She has to move her king because this is check from the queen, and then I just take the bishop, and I did look also here for if she didn't have any like back rank ideas with like queen here, but of course my queen is defending c8, which is key. And here she resigned. I'm just up a full bishop. Her king is actually more unsafe than mine. I have these pawns, but this rook, oh sorry, this rook and this queen and the knight is working very nice together here, and she's just down a full piece. So she resigned the game. I would not have resigned here because I only have 2 minutes and 20 seconds. She has 8. So probably if she played something complicated, it could have been difficult to convert. But let's see if you actually put on. Yeah, it says that I'm up like 8.5, which is quite a lot, actually. So yeah, very nice game. I think I'm very happy to have won it. My first win against any sort of titled player. I won in 29 moves. After the game, she dropped below 1700. I got to 1717. And if you look at her profile here, she is indeed a women's candidate master. It says she's a titled player. Her peak rapid here is 1862, but she hasn't played that many games here online. She's from Mozambique, which is pretty cool in itself, I think. She has her name here. I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but I can Google it. And you actually get to this, all of these things. You can. She has a profile on the FIDE International Chess Federation website. A world rank of 78,000. A title, Women's Candidate Master, born in 1999. And you can like check out her like tournament results and stuff. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. No profile pic, Sag. But yeah, very nice. Hopefully you enjoyed that game. I did. It was pretty nice. And yeah, leave a like if you did. And I will see you guys in future videos. Let's all make chess gains. Bye.